we're back at Body Zone again. Today, obviously, you've got me and Dave back here again. I'd like to introduce my guests. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell
Hi
yourself
guys,
a little bit
I'm
yourself?
Umit. I'm 24 years old. I'm an ex-rugby player. I play wheelchair rugby. Do I look at the camera?
You could look at me, look wherever you like.
Did I mess
Dave
it
just
up?
stares and looks everywhere.
So, I'm Umit. I'm 24 years old. I'm an ex-rugby player. I play wheelchair rugby for GBWR 5s.
Okay.
At the moment, I work as a rugby coach. I coach 18-year-olds to 18-year-olds. So big age gap. So I do that for
That's a huge age gap.
yeah. So I do that for CH Rugby Limited, which is based in all of Berkshire.
Yep.
And yeah, that's a little bit about me.
Okay. Obviously, the reason we've got him in today is, do you want to explain what happened to you to obviously put yourself in the wheelchair and what you're doing before that?
So in November 2018, I was playing a game against Derby University. I was playing for University College Birmingham, and it was 20 minutes into the game and we went into the scrum. As the scrum started happening, all of a sudden I lost balance and I fell on my bottom. My legs were out straight and I folded forward like a sandwich, and 3 of the props fell on my back, where I've damaged my T12 and my L1 in my spine, which has caused paraplegia in both lower limbs.
Yeah.
So I played rugby for 15 years.
Well, up to that point?
Yeah, up to that point, and I played 3 years semi-professionally as well in Birmingham. Played a few games for Old Eds in Brom. I've played a few games for Moseley, a few local clubs.
Wow.
So it's changed drastically.
So obviously after you had your accident, obviously you must have went through certain emotional bits and pieces, and obviously what I've worked out through is that you use training and the rugby and bits and pieces to help you through with your mental health side of it, obviously. Obviously for the viewers and bits and pieces, if you could explain how it makes you feel, what the emotions you went through and where you are today.
Yeah. So when the accident first happened, because I'm a really sporty lad, I thought, that's it, it's over for me, and I was this close of, that's it, life's done. I was at that stage where I couldn't do it anymore, and it started affecting me worse because I saw people out there, my friends, still playing rugby, and that was affecting me in a bad way.
In a mental way.
In a mental way, yeah.
Wow.
And so what I did is, after the accident, after a couple of months, I started searching online to see if there was any opportunities for people that are paraplegic in a wheelchair. I found wheelchair rugby. I never knew it even existed. It's a sport, that I never thought I would.
And how do you, obviously in the normal rugby game, we both played rugby in bits and pieces.
Yeah.
How does that work?
So wheelchair rugby. So I play for wheelchair rugby 5s. It's 5-a-side. You play with a netball, and what you got to do is you got to get that netball over the try line on the other side of the basketball court. Yeah, it's the same. Where you're travelling with a ball and you're banging into each other.
So you're actually banging into each other?
Yeah, you're smashing into each other. You got attackers and you got defence during the game.
Wow.
If you look at the picture of some of the chairs, it looks like they've got big metal bumpers on them.
So obviously it must be a different chair to this.
Yeah, definitely a different chair, more pricey.
Proper good buzz actually. Smashing tracing at each other.
It's got a nickname, hasn't it? Wheelchair rugby?
Murder ball.
Murder ball.
Yeah.
Well, if you type in a Google murder ball, it comes up with bits and pieces. So obviously the accident, obviously you did all what you needed to do and got yourself back into it. How did you get into the coaching and with the mental health, obviously, because you were still going through that journey at the time?
Yeah. So I knew that, it's happened now, I can't go back.
Okay.
I can't take time back. So I thought, let me use my knowledge and what I've learned to deliver to other people, to give them a chance and an opportunity to progress and grow in that sport which I really love.
So the sport and obviously like the gym and sort of stuff like that pushed you through or helps you through, even though it was that caused
it
you to
still
be in the
helped me. I
situation.
still kept my head up high. I thought I started from what, you know, I progressed. I'm not giving up now because I've got too much to give to the community and people around me.
Wow.
So did you find the not just the sort of carrying on with the sport in a different concept, but the helping others helped you get over it as well?
Yeah, helping others have helped me a lot because I've seen there are people worse than me. There are people that play wheelchair rugby that have neck injuries, that are quadriplegics and tetraplegics. I work with special need kids that are on walkers, they can't even like walk a metre.
And they're still managing to play the
Yeah,
game.
they're still managing to play the game. That could be walking rugby, diddy rugby, wheelchair rugby, you know, SEN rugby, anything to do with rugby. So
that's, well, what do you say to that? That's amazing. So obviously you're going on to do other bits and pieces within rugby. Where's your next part of your journey?
So at the moment, as I said, I play for Berkshire Banshees.
Yep.
In Sonning. It's we're in the championships, 3rd division.
Okay.
I have been approached. I don't want to give no names at the moment.
Okay.
But I have
You're
been
being poached already.
I have been approached to go play Premiership 5.
So there is a Premier.
There is a Premiership. So you've got Championship, Premiership, Invictus Games,
Yes.
and then after that you've got the Paralympics.
And you plan on trying to go that far if you can?
I do want to go up to Paralympics. There is a border that stops me from going there.
Okay.
Because the classifications at the moment are for tetraplegics and quadriplegics, not paraplegics. So there is a big push on that through GBWR. So hopefully in the future,
Yep.
there will be something for 5s players as well in the Paralympics, hopefully.
Wow. So you're going quite well. So how's your coaching and bits and pieces obviously going, and how was that? Where you know, obviously we're doing the channel. Is there anybody that can help that out there?
What do you mean?
As in, well, obviously the viewers. Is there any other how the viewers can get involved to push this out further, help you? And
Well, I think I need a lot of support now. So because I want to go on my own in the future to the club,
Yes.
the club I'm at the moment. I can't take the chair I play with at the moment with me.
yes.
So the chairs are the most important part of the game. You got no
Yeah,
chair,
I was
you
supposed to
can't play.
the right chair. It could hurt quite a bit.
Exactly. So those chairs cost £3,000 each.
Okay. And obviously I'm assuming you're doing like a fundraiser.
Yeah. So I've got a fundraiser on GoFundMe at the moment.
Okay, so obviously for the viewers and the people that are watching, if they wanted to go onto your fundraiser, how would they get onto your fundraiser?
So if they search me on Umit Yasinakildes, which is my Facebook profile,
Yes.
and then it's all posted on there.
And they can
can
get on
follow
there.
the link and then go for it.
So
that
obviously we
way,
need to try and get him up to his 3,000. So if you had your 3,000, where would that take you from, you know, for your next part of your journey, where would that
Well,
take you?
that would take me, so that would be my new chair,
Yeah.
and that would help me progress more comfortably into my goals for the future.
And for the future, would you also to be doing the coaching as you go through?
I will still be doing the coaching, I'll never leave that.
So does England itself have an England team as such?
So yes, so the Great Britain Wheelchair Rugby Paralympics, we have a team there.
So that's where you ideally, if you could ever
Ideally,
get,
yeah, if the
ideally
fives
if you
come
could aim
up,
high,
yeah, if-
that's kind of where your goal
yeah,
is.
I
kind
would
of
want
thing.
to, yeah, definitely.
Wow. Okay. Not a small task,
No.
but obviously you seem very determined to get where you want to be.
Yeah.
And obviously, okay. Well, for the viewers of bits and pieces, obviously, when you go training at a gym,
Yeah.
obviously not some of the gym equipment every bit of it you can
Yeah.
use. Is there certain stuff that gyms could do to help you? Obviously, being in a wheelchair and bits and pieces that could help.
So a lot of gyms these days have adapted their equipment,
Mm-hmm.
adapted their resistant training equipment where you can move the chair
Was it unlock-
out of the way. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can unlock
Oh,
it
really?
out and you can pull in your wheelchair in. But I think what I would say to the gyms all around everywhere
Mm-hmm.
is the main thing is we need more equipment on like leg trainers where you press the button and it automatically moves your legs for you.
Okay.
Assistant training. So
So
assistant.
What does that do? Does that
So
aid?
that helps with the legs. I use it at the moment.
Mhm.
I've got my own. It helps with muscle tone in the legs.
Is that so it stops the
doesn't
muscle
waste
being
away, yeah.
waste away? Oh,
Muscle
okay.
wastage.
So obviously, if your gyms had that, that
yeah,
would help
if
out
they
a lot
had
more.
that and more hand bikes, just more variety.
Is that the hand bikes? I think I've seen one of them in one of the gyms. Is that where obviously you can move the
Yeah,
chair?
yeah.
And,
So just.
so it's the same
go
business.
like
You
that.
can do your cardio and bits and
it's
pieces.
cardio, yeah.
There's not many gyms out there that have got all that bits and pieces.
Some of them have got like a rope one as well. Like
Yeah, some of them have the rope where
The
you
rope
pull
one
down,
rather
or they
than
have
the
the ski machine when you hold up
Oh,
and
and
then
you
you
pull the
pull them
handles.
down. Yeah, yeah. So
Oh yeah,
because
because you can. That's just hard work. Whatever fitness you are. So obviously there's gyms out there that obviously need to kind of, excuse me, start putting in more equipment and bits and
Yeah.
pieces. Okay, so obviously you've done. We're going to touch now on a little bit of like your mental health and obviously what you went through and the emotions. Obviously, we know that the fitness has helped it, but obviously it's been a kind of a journey
Yeah.
for you. So obviously you've had your ups and downs, and obviously last week you did an interview with Emma and Dave, and obviously we kind of made it a little bit fun, but obviously it was quite a serious thing at the same time.
Yeah.
Because obviously Dave at one point, obviously it's not quite the same as what you're going for yourself. Dave obviously had an injury, did his pelvis, degloved with your right leg,
Left foot. Yeah.
left foot.
But I think the main one, kind of, I suppose, where I can slightly relate to you, is when you initially. I mean, mine was in a road, so I couldn't move my legs, and that shock there was like, wow, and like then to be like all strapped up and things. I should imagine that's the same sort of thing as initially what you went through.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
know that was really hard for me to deal with.
Yeah, because obviously
Yeah.
you've come back from it, and obviously
Yeah.
still. What I'm really asking is, how did you feel when obviously they told you, what your injuries and how did they affect you, and obviously the journey. You kind of obviously I know the fitness side of it's helped you,
Yeah.
but obviously you've had to go through a journey without the fitness
Yeah.
mentally as well.
I mean, when they first told me, because I didn't know what was going on. I mean, I heard my back break when it first happened. I felt all of a sudden numbness just hit my legs, so I couldn't really move them. And then all that went through my mind is, oh, what am I gonna do? Like, I thought it was the end of it, and what was the question again?
So basically, what I'm trying to get to, how did you? Obviously, when you got the news and obviously the bits and pieces like that, obviously you must have instantly had a feeling. Obviously, you heard it break, you felt it break. You know, you knew you'd done something. But obviously, till that point when obviously the doctors and people around you say, look, you're going to be in a wheelchair. Obviously, from that, what was the kind of the emotions that you went through? Because obviously, talking to you now, you're a very strong person. But I'd imagine back at the beginning, it's a very life-changing thing from being up one day up on a rugby pitch to the next day, you're now in a wheelchair for the rest of your life, kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, when they told me that I was going to be in a wheelchair, when they told me that I damaged my T12 and that is a spinal cord injury, it just changed my world straight away. Because the first thing I thought about was, what am I going to do now? Because I was at university as well at that time.
Yeah.
I was studying, and it happened while I was studying because everything came crashing down. And I thought, what do I need to do to pick myself back up?
Yep.
What do I need to do to push myself forward and not let myself
Did
go?
you get much help with that from anybody?
I
Or
got-
did you have to do most of the journey by yourself?
I done most of the journey by myself. I got
Yeah.
neglected by some of the doctors.
Yep.
No names of hospitals.
Obviously, yeah, not mention any names of the hospitals.
But I did get neglected, and I just felt that I was on my own. Because
Did the university help you, obviously, because it happened?
Yeah, the university helped me. They helped me fund for my wheelchair. As you can see, nice wheelchair over here.
Yep.
So I got this denied by the NHS. They denied me the wheelchair. they didn't give me a wheelchair. They said it'll get better or whatever, and then they left me at that. So the rugby boys have raised for this. They supported me as well mentally. They were calling me, asking me how I am, how you doing. They were coming to see me.
Oh, wow,
You know,
that's
it's
quite a
just
good bit
nice
of support
talking
then.
to people, and also I've met a lot of new friends now that are in the same situation,
Mhm.
kind of.
Yeah.
And because they're wheelchair users, they understand more, and talking to them has helped me physically and mentally
Yeah.
throughout my journey.
That's quite good, isn't it? Because obviously I've found with some people that I've, not in the wheelchairs, but obviously with mental health, like their businesses have let them down, or the companies they work for, and people don't quite understand what you're going through. As I was obviously like with you, like work and bits and pieces, and people like me, because obviously I do the door work, not many people understand what you're going through. It's only you kind of, you're on by yourself, aren't you?
Yeah.
And that's sad to say, you're not alone, because obviously there's people out there that, you know, you could turn to and talk to. But you have to go through that journey, all of us by ourselves, really, to a certain point, till you can get and learn how to do it all by yourself. Because without yourself being strong enough, it's never going to happen, is it? True.
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously we need to get you the money to obviously progress.
Yeah.
So obviously from the MHF Network, we're going to obviously try and help you get our viewers, ourselves, bits and pieces to push that through, and whatever we can, get it out there, use our connections, use our networking, and ask the viewers and everybody out there if they can come and donate to you, to get the chair and get you through. And obviously again, we'll do another story later on, and hopefully your journey's gone further, and you've helped more people out, and we'll help you along the way.
Definitely.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you very much.